First of all, you are going to become aware of a group of people, few different people at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Taurus. And I'm talking about the week in between the 30th of November and the 6th of December 2022, where at the beginning of this week you are going to be inspired to start with a group of people, few different people whom you're going to be inspired first, and you're going to feel a strong connection with these people purely because you will be sharing something very significant when it comes to your own spirituality, when it comes to your deepness, when it comes to your understanding, but about life. You know, there's so many different aspects that are going to be really deep, but it's all going to boil down to one particular thing. You're already going to feel a very strong connection when it comes to this group of people because you are sharing so many different things in terms of your own spirituality. You understand things in the same way, you see things in the same light, you know. So it's all about having this familiarity, you know, with people when it comes to our own understanding, and this in itself is already going to be deep, and let alone what is actually going to come out of it. So it's not about the fact that you are sharing something in terms of your own spirituality and how you kind of view life, you know, and things like that. No, baby, no, it's not about that. It's about the actual idea and realization that you're gonna have about yourself and about your life. But most importantly, you're gonna understand how important it is to try to recognize what is your main passion in life and try to take it as far as you possibly can. Why am I telling you this now? Because through these people you're going to get an idea like how to change your life in the best possible way, how to live your life in the most exciting possible way, and most importantly, you are going to get through them the idea how to create some kind of a money and be secured financially while you're doing things that you like really enjoy, that while you're doing things that fuels your passion, while you're doing things that you're extremely passionate about. My goodness, this is going to be so deep, this is going to be so amazing, this is going to be so significant, my gorgeous Taurini. This is going to be so important because the whole purpose of our life is to find things that we are extremely passionate about and try to work on it and try to take it as far as you possibly can. Lots of people say, oh no, if you do something that you're really passionate about and then you start making money through that, all the passion goes. No, baby, no. This is like not true because when you're doing something that you're really passionate about, you kind of go through your life in a different way, through a completely different understanding. You open yourself spiritually and you are able to get to the deepest parts of yourself, and that in itself in return is always like kind of keep on pushing you forward and forward and forward, which means that when you're facing things on your path and in your spiritual journey that, you know, normally it would put you off in terms of like a really big challenge and things like that, well, when you're working on things that are really passionate, really passionate about, this is different. This is different because completely different energies like kind of arisen, completely different vibration, and that vibration, it's like a really kind of matching your own situation, which means that you get the courage, the necessary courage, especially when it comes to like a facing the stage or in your life where you are so uncertain, maybe the stage of your life where you just don't feel enough confidence due to the certain experience. You see what I mean? There's so many different aspects that you are able to kind of get out of it as long as you're doing things that you are completely passionate about. So the bottom line is, my gorgeous Taurini, that at the beginning of this week you are gonna get an idea through this group of people how to like kind of like live your life in a much better way, a much more like kind of fulfilled way, but at the same time how to like kind of like really take your passion, which passion to take and how to take it on the next level in your life. But at the same time, this is going to reflect on your finances and financial situation, and you're still not going to be able to know exactly how you're going to do that. But what you need to understand is that this is something that you must commit yourself to. This is what you need to understand. You must commit yourself to this. And as soon as you understand this, and you're going to, because this is more than just an idea, this is more than just a realization, this is such a wonderful little spiritual twerk that you're actually going to have presented to you. You must not ignore this at all costs. This is very important. And when you kind of commit yourself to, at the same time, my gorgeous Torini, what you need to remember is that you're gonna realize, like, as soon as you realize that you need to commit yourself to, and first of all, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm not too sure, I'm not too sure. No, baby, no, don't worry. You'll realize, you get to that point 2 or 3 days after that moment in time, you're gonna be like a whole big mama. Like, now you're just gonna be like kind of all about this. And how? Well, this is it. First of all, as soon as you realize that you have to commit yourself to this, you know, as soon as you realize this, there's so many flashbacks that you are going to have about your life. I know this sounds crazy, but it's true. So many flashbacks, exactly what you were doing over the last 2 or 3 years, what you were keep on repeating over the last 2 or 3 years, and it was still making you feel kind of unhappy and negative and uncertain, you know. And then it's all gonna build, it's all this like kind of flashbacks. So I've done this and I've done that, this made me feel like this made me feel like that. It's so much is going to be highlighted, but most important, it's gonna all gonna be leading towards you kind of realizing over the last couple of years what a quality of life you had. I'm not saying it was bad life or anything like that, but in terms of you living your life fully how you want to live, in terms of you being as free as you want to be, in terms of you being as like unrestricted as you possibly can be, you know. So it's all gonna be, you're gonna realize like how restricted you were for the last couple of years, and you will know that this is the way out. And this is all gonna like, oh my God, it's gonna make you feel more excited and more excited and more excited. And this in itself, it's really going to put you in touch with yourself. It's going to help you to reconnect with yourself. And this in itself is gonna put you one step closer towards something absolutely mind-blowing on your spiritual journey. Because it's again about your sacred gift that it's going to be highlighted. Just remember, this is going to highlight your sacred gift. No matter what this is, and it really depends what you love doing, what you enjoy doing. So now it's time to kind of, this is going to be highlighted, don't worry. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, you are really going to become more confident and more confident about your own success, but also at the same time an information and message that you are going to have, it's really going to make you feel extremely happy, because the message that you are going to have, it's like, you know, it's to do with like some kind of a justice, you know. This is how this midweek is going to start, you know. It's to do with a justice, something that you've been waiting for absolute ages. Maybe it's to do with a proper legal justice, or maybe you're just waiting for someone to decide something for you. It's to do with the wrongdoings, but most certainly you are going to have a very kind of a good outcome here, very optimistic, very happy. And so when it comes to justice, this is going to put an absolutely enormous big mama smile on your face, my gorgeous Torini, because I know that this is you're going to be so happy. And then after that moment in time, you are actually going to really make such an important decision, and you will know exactly like what do you want to manifest. You know, it's about you wanting to manifest something in your life. This is the beginning of a mind-blowing manifestation I'm talking about. This certainty and this confidence about you wanting to manifest certain life, it's going to leave you with absolutely no option but to realize that you have to move on. Now, my gorgeous Torini, everything is going to start making sense. You are going to find yourself on a spiritual quest where suddenly you're going to become so bored with so many different aspects of your life. But this in itself, it's a really good sign, because it means that you are paying attention to your intuition, to your spirit, and to your soul. And that's exactly what you should be doing on this spiritual journey. And then someone so close to you, so important to you, someone who is in your life, it's going to come through forward, and you are going going to have a conversation, and it's almost as if like what this person is going to tell you, it's almost as if you're waiting for somebody's like some kind of like confirmation, like whether you should do this or not, you know. And because someone in your life who understands you so well, it's going to come through forward, and there is a very important conversation that you are going to have, and this person is just going to highlight how great this is actually going to be for you, because you're going to tell them what is on your mind. You're going to tell them what do you want to manifest. You want to tell them what do you want to do, but at the same time you are going to be like kind of surprised with your own self, how adamant you're going to feel now to kind of like really change your life so much, but in the best possible way. So because of these changes, you know, this is to do with a really big change, you know. I mean, come on, you know, to reflect on so many other changes that you've been through over the last 7 or 8 years, this is probably going to be one of the biggest changes. And this is why this conversation with this person in your life, it's going to be so important, and they are going to kind of give you a green light, and they are going to be absolutely delighted for what you are actually going to do. And this is all because you're going to tell them what you want to manifest, what you want to do. But you will know at that moment in time that you're going to have to change your life big time, one step at a time, of course. But this is why it's going to mean to you so much, somebody else's point of view. But this is someone special in your life anyway, so you know, so it's like it's gonna kind of be like a double whammy. Do you know what I mean? When you say to someone really special and then you get, you know, their response, you know, that means so much to them, and the fact that that means so much to them, this means to you even more. Do you know what I mean? So this is of course important. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Taurini, you are like, oh my god, this is brilliant. You know, you are gonna be having this absolutely like a very, very important option here, and an option that you are going to have at the end of the week. It's gonna like really work out so well. This option that you are going to have, it's like really going to surprise you. And why is it going to surprise you? It's purely because, you know, it's to do with you kind of like becoming aware of that option. And the reason why you're gonna feel so surprised, because almost instantly you will know that there is something in the immediate future, like a very, very near future, much sooner than you thought, much quicker than you thought, that this is going to happen and manifest in your life. So this is why this opportunity is going to surprise you, because it's going to happen, it's happening much quicker, much sooner. But this is more like this opportunity and option, like which is going to really make you aware of that, you know, the beginning of this planning progress, it's about to start. You will know that once after this moment in time, there is so much that is going to change, because at the same time that option and opportunity, it's also going to pretty much so be about you now being able to apply this and start the process of change. But it's to do with like a future planning, and it's to do with your own future, but it's almost at the same time it's to do with you becoming mind-blowingly confident about your success. You will know it's more about your subconscious mind, it's more about your intuition, it's more about your psychic guidance, you know, it's more about the way you're gonna reflect, you know, through your intuitive messages, because intuitively you will know that opportunity that you will have, and that opportunity and option that you will have, it's a lot to do with you starting in the beginning the process of change when it comes to doing things for the future and planning things for the future. This is where things are going to start to begin, and this in itself is going to start a bit of like a momentum when it comes to you, when it comes to your life. It's to do with an expansion, it's to do with you going on the next stage, it's to do with your development, it's to do with you doing the right thing. But at the same time, intuitively, you are gonna be so confident about your success here. Normally, if it happened at any other time, this really would put you off, but now it's like, oh my god, not only you're gonna be so confident about your success, you are gonna be ridiculously successful. And already in May 2023, listen to me very carefully, in May 2023, your life is gonna be like, oh my God, so much difference in the best possible way. You will have things that you don't have now, and also at the same time you're gonna be surrounded by so many kind of like things that you haven't been surrounded, but also at this like in terms of you being able to get certain things to yourself as a reward. Because I can tell you that May 2023, it's not only going to be the stage when the whole new portal it's about to enter, or you're about to enter, but it's all happening right now. So it's also giving you a little bit of a time frame how long a certain thing's going to actually take. And also by the time you get to May 2023, you are gonna have one of the biggest celebrations of your life, purely because you are starting this process of change, and you decided to trust yourself and follow your intuition on the spiritual journey. And this is exactly what you should be doing. Oh my God, my gorgeous Taurini. So now I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. My gorgeous Taurini, what is going to be an oracle card of the week? Gentleness. You see this? Okay, so basically, you know what you need to understand, that someone this week is someone in your life is going through something very difficult. And that particular person in your life who's going through something very difficult, they're losing themselves a little bit. So they're not seeing things straight. They're not seeing things clearly. And they're understanding that something is going on in that person's life, and this is someone who means to you so much. This is someone who you understand. This is someone who is part of your life. So they're going through something very difficult. They're going through some kind of changes, through something that is making them feel very negative about themselves and very negative about life. So why am I saying this? Because that person is going to act in a very unusual way with you. That person is going to be a little bit negative with you, a little bit abrupt with you this week, and they will, with another word, take something out on you. What you need to remember, for the love of God, please, please, please be as gentle as you possibly can. I know that sadly this is going to happen at a time when you are going to be very sensitive yourself, because you're going to be dealing with some kind of sensitive issue that is going to make you feel a little bit stroppy, which is in itself going to make this challenge even greater. So what you need to remember is, as soon as someone very gorgeous and very beautiful and very important to you in your life acts with you in a really bizarre and strange way, or they're really stroppy or nervous, you must not take this personal. Please remember, you must not take this personal. And I understand if you are going through something at the same time, a bit of a touchy, feely, do you know what I mean? Then I understand that you can explode at that moment in time, but try to iron out that situation. Try to kind of maybe talk to that person, or apologize to that person immediately, or do whatever that person needs you to do in order for them to kind of forgive you. The reason why am I saying this, this is a bit of a challenge, karmic challenge that you need to have. And please try to be gentle with that person, and try to see what is the problem. Try to talk to them, because you, my gorgeous Taurini, are the only person who can actually help that person whatsoever. You could have a family of 150 people, 200 people, 300 people, but you're the only person who can help that person. Okay, so please, this is going to get back to you so beautifully, and I know that it's not about this getting back to you, but please help that person no matter what, because you are gonna gain something really mind-blowing out of it, you know, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, my gorgeous Taurini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.